everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We've got some stuff to talk about. First off, the streak is dead. Long live the streak. Ooh, fuckboy did a video without the streak. He lost it off camera, didn't even show us. We're having, this is the new computer. The save transferred over, the streak lived. That's all well and good and cool. But I am still having a serious video card issue. Which is causing like green pixels to show up on the screen. This will happen over the course of this video, but I think I've minimized it at least, and the show must go on here. Basically, I was in the middle of a run, and then the green pixels showed up, and I basically just lost the run while trying to troubleshoot the problem live. It's my own fault. This will also be in 1280 by 720p, just for now, just to make sure this actually works, and we're gonna try to do an Isaac run. I apologize, it's a technical issue thing. Basically, you know, I'm hesitant of soliciting tech support online, but I've been talking to people who actually know what they're talking about, and I've been doing some diagnostic work on myself. It seems like the present video card that I have, I'm gonna take Mongo, baby, nothing wrong with that. Oh, Curse of the Maze, okay. Might have a little bit of a VRAM malfunction, if that makes sense. Games in DirectX work totally fine. Games that use OpenGL, I'm not going to try to bore you too much here. Games that use OpenGL do not. They occasionally get this screen flicker, which usually gets worse as time goes on. But I figured, hey, we did an episode with people drilling on our roof, and it was incredibly annoying. How much worse could it be to do an episode where occasionally some green, like, Instagram filter shit is going to show up? Hopefully it will not destroy things. Again, I thank you for your patience as we go through this period. I'm pretty sure what's happening is that my video card may be malfunctioning, need to be RMA'd. But if that's the case, we can just put in the old video card for now. You know, it's going to be super shitty relative to the new one, but on the other hand, it's also going to work, so that's a trade-off. Yeah, there's a great little bit of damage there. That's a trade-off that I think I could probably get away with for now, and hopefully, you know, when it gets sorted out, it's all worth it. See, this is my way of saying, remember when you guys were mad about Skype? Remember when you guys were pissed off that Skype made my, Rebirth game delay a little bit? Well, how do you feel about this, you fuckboys? Now you're gonna have to deal with these unbelievably annoying green pixels on the screen occasionally. It's not your fault, though. It's not really my fault either. It might be AMD's fault, which I hesitate to even say, because every time you say AMD, people are like, why didn't you get an NVIDIA? I know. Why didn't I get an NVIDIA? I was stupid. It wasn't a smart decision on my part. But anyway, time goes on. Or time marches on here. We're fine. I do apologize for the loss of the streak. It wasn't my intention to have that happen, but it also wasn't my intention for my screen to get overrun with a bunch of freaking green pixels. This is like, imagine you're in my shoes, buy a new computer. It's a lot of money. It's for work. That's okay. But then, it doesn't work to record like the one game that you need to record at all times in order to continue buying groceries. And other stuff works, like Fallout New Vegas. I streamed it for 3 hours today for this Sunday subscriber stream, and it was fine, but it's OpenGL stuff. Of course, the one game that you need to record uses the one framework that doesn't work with it. By the way, if you know how to force Rebirth to run in DirectX, please feel free to tweet me with that. I've tried running it with, you know, the set launch options, you know, dash D3, D9, dash D3, D11. That is the idea behind that, is that it forces it to run in DirectX, because, you know, whenever you install a Steam game, it's like installing DirectX components. You know, the idea is that maybe we could force it to run in DirectX, because it probably came prepackaged with it anyway. But if you know for sure how to do that, then let me know. If you don't, also 100% okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, yeah, and then everybody's on my butt like, hey, NL, why is the font changed for the Rebirth episodes? And I'm like, we got bigger fucking problems right now, okay? we got bigger fish to fry than why do we have a different font choice. I do appreciate the concern. Nothing's wrong, really. I mean, it's just, you know, an existential crisis for me personally, but we're gonna get through this. It's not like, I was like, do I cancel the episodes for a while? Which obviously there's a hit to me there, but also it keeps the standard of quality. Or do I come out with them and maybe there's gonna be some green pixels? I shoot for the maybe, I guess. You know, something is probably better than nothing, and hopefully my commentary can carry it even through this issue. And the other thing is, man, this is a tough choice. Starter deck or PhD? I'm gonna go for PhD first and get the puberty pill, which is so advantageous. Yeah, and then the thing is, the video card issue, it might take a while to fix, so hopefully we can RMA it and, you know, get it returned. I appreciate your support during what is a surprisingly annoying time for me personally. But anyway, let's focus on the positive. We got Blue Baby's only friend. That's pretty good. And also, usually it takes until about the depths. It doesn't start to get pixelated until around the depths. By the way, you might be saying, "Is that it? I think I saw it there." No, you haven't. It will assault your eyes like, you know, things you have never seen before in this world. But you'll know it when you see it. But yeah, we've got until usually at least the depths until you start to notice this issue. And what's hilarious about it is that makes it super fun to troubleshoot, because you're like, okay, I changed something. Let's check and see if it works. Let's wait a half an hour here. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining about my own problems, but you'll understand why I'm complaining when you see it happen. We got a penny out of the Book of Sin, but also deal with the Devil Precedent, and we got a Necronomicon. That's just extremely unfortunate, but I'm thrilled to have what we've got going on here already. Blue Baby's only friend, great item. Mongo Baby, pretty good, maybe even very good. The other thing, ooh, not so bad. The other thing that is maybe even more hilarious or infuriating, depending on your perspective of the issues, is that several curses and areas of the game seem to make it substantially worse. For example, the womb. You know how, remember when Rebirth came out, everybody was like, man, that filter on the womb is really ugly. This is not me trying to be rude to the developers, just a lot of people did have that opinion. I was of the opinion that it was like, it's a little bit annoying, but I just kind of got used to it. I didn't even notice it anymore. Until, you know, I realized it puts a bunch of particle effects on the screen and also causes the pixel issue that I'm having. And I'm like, all right, now it's personal, Tyrone. I know Tyrone probably wasn't in charge of that individual issue, but I'd like to give him a little bit of the onus as well. So, you know, I'm not bringing this all up to have your sympathy. I just, you know, maybe I'll post an update video and be like, hey, if there's no Rebirth for a little while, this is why. I apologize. We're working on it. You know, believe you me, we're not. There's 1,000 different things you have to worry about when you use your computer for work every single day. You got to make sure everything's optimized. You got all the software you need and stuff like that. We're doing it all. It's gonna take a while though, but you're in good hands. I like Pulse Worm more a little bit here just because it's a little cooler. You might be saying, NL, why didn't you re-roll Dead Bird? I was on the fence about re-rolling Dead Bird, not because it's good, because it's obviously not, but rather because I figure we can get a little bit of extra speed here with Blue Baby's only friend. We're doing fantastically in that department right now, so if I can, you know, save my re-roll for the potentiality of getting to the deal with the devil right off the bat and saving ourselves some time there, and also getting another crack at re-rolling into something useful, that's awesome for me, but... Oh! Don't let the flies get you. We'll play a little reverse Pac-Man here. This might actually just be regular Pac-Man now that I think about it. Okay, kill the ooze. We get HP, and we'll just head down to the next floor. I know we're going a little fast here. I'm a little off my game, I'll admit. I do apologize for the streak not being shown ending on camera, but, you know, if I may be honest, the streak did not end... didn't end with a bang, it ended with a whimper of me being like, huh? Oh wait, Kate, can you check the connection on that? It seems like, oh, I'm out of HP, I died, you know? So, ooh, secret room. Let me put it this way, you didn't miss much. And, you know, if you're worried about stuff like, what characters am I gonna play as, that'll come later. We got bigger fish to fry here. This is like a proof of concept, tech support trial run in Rebirth, as well as, hopefully some good content and a good run, you know? I talked about this in the Lost episode, which is just disgustingly riddled with video artifacts before I was even able to do the optimizations that have made this playable here, but there's like a Maslow's hierarchy of needs involved, and, you know, need number 1 is like half decent audio and video quality. We're not at which character are you going to play at need yet. I assume we're going to get there. Hopefully soon. I can always use the old video card as mentioned, but anyway, you get the idea. You get the idea. Let's talk about the run. Would I rather have Flatworm or Pulse Worm? I think I prefer Wub Wub Worm. It's a little bit more exciting. This is actually potentially really good. Mom's Coin Purse. If one of these is full health, that would be awesome. I can see forever. Tears Up, that's great. Range Up is fine. And Luck Up, also very good. Oh, that is enough money to feel pretty good about playing our arcade here. And I'm hoping, like, if we're talking about Rebirth stuff here, which we should, because we might be, I don't know, like 10 minutes into this run, I'm feeling really good. Oh, why'd you do it, man? I mean, I guess I'm thankful we got the Eternal Heart, even though it's going to prevent us from playing the Blood Bank, which is my own fault, but, I feel like our damage is fine. as a result mostly of Pulse Worm. And that's not to say Pulse Worm has made our damage good, but rather to say that I probably feel like our damage is better than it actually is as a result of Pulse Worm. And even if our damage sucks, which it may, we have Blue Baby's Only Friend, so we're getting around that very easily. We have Deal with the Devil Precedent. This run has, plus we have the D6, of course. This run is like all of the tools necessary to be happy about an Isaac run right now. There's nothing wrong with this one at all. Isaac is kind of easy mode to some extent, but let's not talk about that. I've had a hard day. There's nothing more frustrating than tech support issues, man. Like, I'm a lot more patient about it now than I used to be. I think it's partly because I've been learning programming. So I understand that troubleshooting is not like, I know the answer to your problem and will solve it. It's not like if somebody doesn't solve your problem immediately, they're an idiot, right? It's not like they don't know what they're doing. Might as well take it. Rather, troubleshooting is about, oh man, what's going on with that? You see the bottom of Chubb here? When he moves, it was looking real weird there. That was freaking me out. Troubleshooting is about trying as many wrong solutions as is necessary until you get a fix. It's not just throwing darts at a dartboard, you know, with your eyes closed or something like that. You're trying to narrow it down, you know, you're trying to fail constructively. But I have a lot more patience for stuff like that now than I used to, I think. So I appreciate all the support, even the chuckleheads on Twitter. Hey, I got a computer problem. Oh, have you tried putting your dick in it? oh, this person is clearly in the mood to be joked at right now. Yeah, know your audience. What's that, the number 300 rule of comedy? No. Hi, I ate a person, you know. I'm just saying. I can turn off that voice now. I'm just saying, you know, I appreciate everyone that's tried to help. I know it comes from a place of wanting to be helpful. But it's also, I mean, this is a pet peeve I have about society in general, and it's not to say I'm above it, I do it all the time myself, but, you know, you tweet something like, hey, I have a problem with this. Can anybody help me? And then somebody says, well, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm a beginner, but have you tried, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know what? I do appreciate the attempt. Maybe I hadn't thought of, turning it off and on again or restarting. I understand that if you work in tech support, you would probably be aghast at the things that some people would never try that would actually fix their computer. Like, hey, have you tried turning it on and off again? 9 times out of 10, that'll actually fix your problem. But, you know, it's also okay to say, I don't know. You know, it's okay to say, to let that tweet pass you by. It's my own fault for asking on Twitter in the first place, of all places, but it's okay to just be like, you know what, you solve your problem. I would love to help, but I can't, and that's okay. I'll just send good vibes, you know, I'll hope for the best. But I do appreciate the attempts to help regardless, especially those that bore some fruit and have at least made it plausible for me to try to get a video out on Rebirth, and maybe we'll see some sweet video artifacts. I can't stress enough, like when I was playing it in the video that ended up being canned, there was like green pixels that showed up aligned to a grid on the screen. And then there was like a pattern that looked like it was spelling out a message. And I was like, oh, this is it. We've angered, you know, Satan itself, and it is coming to get us. But I don't think that was it. I think actually it's just it's a VRAM issue. DirectX and OpenGL apparently access VRAM differently. I didn't know this. And even though this computer has, you know, 4 gigabytes of fucking VRAM, which is like maybe twice as much as my old video card, and we're playing a game that, you know, looks like it could have been made in 1995. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's beautiful. Apparently that's the issue. You know, we can play Rocket League no problem, but if you try to play freaking, try to play The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, you better be ready, mister. This is so stupid of me to not have a reroll ready, but we are just fighting Krampus, which means we actually will have a reroll ready, even though we probably won't find much recourse to use it here. The shots are... It's not just me, right? Like, these shots are looking weird, like the refresh rate is off or something like that. This is as much a troubleshooting opportunity as anything else, I guess, right now. We're on the depths one. So I would say that at this point in your life, you should probably be a little bit concerned about the quote-unquote artifacts showing up. I like to give it a little bit more gravitas. But we'll conquer that beast when we come to it. He says, after saying that for the 13th time this episode and talking about it incessantly. That's okay, though. That's okay. I'm liking this run, man. We are, like, the Prince of Darkness right now. We have Deadbird. We're like male Eve. And like, I don't follow the Isaac canon, okay? As much as I love the game, I have no idea. Is Eve just Isaac wearing a wig, or, you know, is Maggie Isaac wearing a wig? I believe so, but you know, it could be, they're fictional characters, so for me, I don't get involved in that kind of stuff. But we've got Fear Shot, Dark Matter, I should say, so there are, you know, big old hollow eye sockets here. And then we got a black candle on our head, melting wax into those eye sockets, which is probably not good, but may cauterize the rune. May cauterize the rune. I don't know what that is either. Forgive me. Again, it's been a long day. I can't stress this enough. We'll blow up this fine young cannibal right here. We got PhDs, so an I Can See Forever pill is fine. And we'll reroll these, and there you go. We got Satanic Bible. And we got a Book of Belial as well. We'll pick him up. We're not going to do anything with him, but we'll pick him up. There's a mini-boss. Do you fight a mini-boss in this situation? I think you fight a mini-boss in this situation. It's lust. Nothing wrong with this. And another pill as it tears up. That was well worth it then. I would like some mapping. I'm also noticing we're probably not going to be able to make it to boss rush. And now, like, all of his practice for boss rush turned out not to be a drill. He has 20 minutes before his video is cannibalized by enormous green scan lines. They're not actually scan lines, it sends the wrong method. Okay, you know what? Stop talking about your freaking video artifact errors. The only artifacts I want to hear about are the kind being rescued by Indiana Jones that belong in a museum, okay? Now again, I don't have a reroll ready. This is a sloppy play. I'm not going to dispute this. This is a little subpar of me. We're going to fire back and forth forever here, so that we may get hit by that, but also be able to do as much DPS as possible. I mean, being able to kill the gate like this is not that bad. This is still a pretty good run. It would be nice to have a little bit more damage from a deal with the devil or something, but we didn't mess up our reroll, let's put it that way. We probably could afford to stop getting HP around this point, though. Let's find our item room and preferably our shop as well. Then I can pop... I'm gonna get hit. No, maybe not. Then I'm gonna pop 2 of diamonds on the shop. Yeah, this is perfect. It's not good enough, I think. Pop 2 of diamonds on the shop. Buy this. I think we should do 1 more room of combat. It's gonna slow us down a little bit with respect to boss rush. That's a-okay. There's nothing wrong with this. We can live with this. And we want the compass. We wanted the mapping, and we got it. So thank you for that. I think we'll re-roll. I think we go for the item room first because it's got a broader pool and we'll still have a chance to create an arcade on the next floor. Now, RoboBaby 2.0 is kind of shitty. No question about that. But if we buy this battery, re-roll that, do we want the converter? No. So instead, we'll just head down to the next floor. I don't want to trade my bombs for keys, or my keys for bombs, I should say. RoboBaby pickup is not great. I'll be the first to tell you that, but it's not bad either. Let's head down to the next floor, try to get a teleport card. I mean, we're looking good, we're not looking great, but we're looking pretty good. By the way, there was probably a fairly serious misplay there. It would have been awesome. This is a pretty sweet setup, though. It would have been awesome if I could have brought Book of Belial into the boss fight and thus gotten a deal with the devil. I should have at least used it. That might have been enough to trigger it. I'm not sure, but that's my own fault. That's kind of a sloppy play. There's not much in the way of excuses for that one, unfortunately. Now... this way. The other thing is, I hope I'm not overselling this problem here, but if for some reason the video card does not, like the old video card does not install properly, there's still going to be Isaac. Like, I have the luxury of being, you know, quadruple protected. Like, we have a ton of redundancies here. As much as I catch shit for being a guy who, like, flies by the seat of his pants in regards to all aspects of his life, we're pretty well prepared here. You know, we've got this computer, we got backup parts from my old computer that we know actually works. Definitely should have bombed on the upper side there. Whatever. We've got Kate's computer, and we have a kind of an old laptop that we could use. And all of that should be capable of recording Rebirth. We're not going to be, like, canceling the series, and we're not going to be recording it on our phones anytime soon. But, that all being said, keep in mind, with respect to the video series you know and love, or at least tolerate, there may be some delays. Reroll that. Ooh, there's options. A little late for it to be incredible, but still good. You know, I appreciate, not to completely, like, United Airlines you or something like that, but we appreciate your concern during this trying time. Thank you so much for your support, and hopefully hopefully the issues will be resolved shortly. We really are working, I wouldn't say around the clock. I mean, I'm not working on resolving the issue right now. I'm mostly just working on trying to, you know, finish this run here, but most of the time that we are not working is spent trying to resolve this issue that would allow us to work more efficiently. I mean, I still want Pulse Worm. I know we could have bombed our way through there. We probably should have. We're going to be fine on time. We've been to our shop. Shop had the Steam sale, re-rolled it into there's options. That's a great pickup. That's like an 8 out of 10. Sometimes people get offended when I call something an 8 out of 10. Do you think it sucks? What school do you go to where this... I can't tell if your school is... Oh, that's amazing here. I can't tell if your school is too awesome or too terrible that you think an 8 out of 10 is garbage. I mean, is everybody just a super genius or are your teachers going easy on you? You know, it's like I said, this is an Ivy League university 8 out of 10, not a, you know, Joe Schmo's daycare 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 by my scale. Because I'm pretty much akin to an Ivy League professor, if I may say so myself. Now, we're not going to be able to teleport out of this, but we will be able to take a look at Boss Rush. And that's enough, depending on what items we find in there. I can't think of much that I'd want to take, to be honest with you, from Boss Rush. Like, the only thing I'm thinking is, like, teleport. I could take teleport from Boss Rush and then lose the D6, but it'll be cheeky. No, I wouldn't recommend it. We've now officially made it to the point where I would expect things to go wrong, and they have not gone wrong yet. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hilariously enough, it would be awesome to actually fight in this room to get a reroll that we could use on Ghost Baby. But again, my slightly ill-timed reroll nonsense here has caused me a few problems. Hopefully we'll have the opportunity on the next floor to not get completely burned by this. Will we check our curse room? It's probably good practice to do so. Good practice for what? No, just good practice in general, like doctors practice. You know, they're not actually practicing, but they're practicing. You know, I'm a practicing... It's just another language, or just another example of how in English, you know, the emphasis that you put on a word means everything. Because, you know, I'm a practicing dentist versus I'm a practicing dentist. There's a lot of subtlety in there that dictates whether or not you should trust them with a drill in your mouth. It's like that one dude who was like, or in Fallout, it's like in real life. You know, Fantastic. It's like they asked if I had a degree in theoretical physics. I told them I had a theoretical degree in physics. You gotta listen closely to stuff like that. The Fantastics of the world will try to trick you. You got this. You got this. You got this. I'm talking to my video card. I'm talking to my VRAM right now. Talking about my video RAM. I'm just gonna, you know, why would I change what I'm doing right here? We can't be hit. That dude's not breaking apart or anything like that, so he's not gonna get over here yet. And there we go. We've got there's options, hopefully for some DPS. No deal with the devil, but Magic Mushroom. Huge pickup. We'll head down to the next floor, ignore the curse room because it wasn't on our path to the boss room. Hey, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. This is probably not the right way. You gotta be thinking with Magic Mushroom and Death Touch, we got a pretty good chance at survival here. It's not an unbelievably incredible run, but it is pretty good. Kind of whiffed on the deals of the devil, but part of that is my own fault for not having rerolls ready at the opportune time. A lot of that is my own fault for not having rerolls ready at the opportune time. I also feel like this is probably the wrong way. But now, I don't feel that way. It all like, my confidence goes up and down depending on whether or not there's a room directly to my left. So that's our secret room, which allows us to get into the curse room. One more of these jokers. Really? There we go. I just didn't want to have to do that room over again. This could be a good reroll opportunity if he drops a Steam Sale or a quarter, which he did, and then we get Transcendence. Item we very rarely see. Gives us the ability to fly. Nothing wrong with this. I expected that to be kind of a dead end, but oh, maybe a small rock over here? 2 Spirit Arts is still good. Small rock would have changed my life, but we already had our life changed by Transcendence. So it turns out this was the wrong way. Hematemesis is not going to help us, but neither is the Hanged Man at this point. So Hematemesis into a second secret room may be our greatest shot here. This should definitely be a win now. The true win is the fact that, at least by my count, we haven't had that same video issue. So everyone's going to think I'm just out of my mind. But to be honest with you, I'd rather have you think I'm out of my mind than have the video glitch show up. Now, this doesn't mean it's fixed. It could just be a really fortunate turn of events for us, but that takes a huge load off of my shoulders. Even if it started now, we could probably finish before it got too flippin' ridiculous. It's like being back in the old days. I don't know if that many people were around back then, you know, pre 100,000 subscribers, which, by the way, is still a lot. Like, if you're an aspiring YouTuber and you're like, oh, Northern Line's talking about 100,000 subs as if it's not a huge milestone. That's a fucking major milestone, man. You should be, if you got fucking 1,000 or 500 or 100, you know, you got to set your own goals. That's incredibly valuable. I remember when I got like, you know, 100 subscribers, I was thrilled. But you'd be proud of yourself no matter what. If you put work into something and you get results, even if those results aren't, you know, the absolute most optimistic projection, that's fucking sweet, dog. That's part of life, is about setting up, you know, your own challenges for yourself. When you climb a mountain, you get to the top, you get another mountain to climb, you know, because it's not about being at the top of the mountain. The top of the mountain is the reward, but the implicit reward is in the climb itself. The implicit reward is in the climb itself, my friends. Now, we're already doing fine here. I can't really imagine anything will squander this one at this point. So we probably will check our curse room just for fun. But anyway, yeah, back then when I first moved to Vancouver, I had like exactly the same problem. Video card just wasn't working, recordings were not working. So maybe the problem lies with me, I guess, is what I was not trying to say there. But a decent conclusion that you could probably draw for yourself. No, I think it's just because I keep buying AMD like a flippin' idiot. Just the extra few bucks for the Nvidia, dog. It's got a much better reputation. People aren't going to yell at you online for having bought it. Oh well. What's done is done. We're going to work through it. It hasn't hampered this much. Except for, you know, taking away 6 or 7 of my hours during the past couple of days. Literally in the past 24 hours. But yeah, no big deal. No problem. And this is the dangerous thing, is now I'm starting to get cocky. I'm like, the problem's fixed. I haven't even been watching the entire, like, video. I've been watching, it doesn't cause flashes in Rebirth itself. It only causes flashes on the video playback and XSplit. So, it's possible I've just not seen them, but they're usually real visible. They're eye-catching, to put it politely. But maybe I've been so distracted by, you know, the incredible skill required to execute on this run. That's I haven't noticed. Probably not, though. Alright, that is a reroll if we're far enough away from our boss room, which we are. Let's reroll them both. We got the wafer, we got experimental treatment. I don't think experimental treatment is good enough to take here. Too much of a risk, even though it probably couldn't kill our run, even if it wanted to. But, you know, why tempt fate in this situation? And we could have rolled a Tammy's Head, by the way. Tammy's Head Death's Touch is awesome, but I don't get to use the Isaac that much anymore, so I was like, we might as well roll with the big boy himself. You know, we might as well keep the D6. Obviously, we're not going to have a reroll ready right off the bat. That's my own idiocy, but that's, I think it's okay, isn't it? Hopefully our luck stat is high enough that we get some payouts on the chest outside of the spawning room. We probably should. I mean, we're in a pretty good setup there. So I have to tell you guys, I don't know if I mentioned this in an earlier video. I don't think so. As a thank you to Kate for helping set up my computer, I was like, "What, do you want like a gift or something?" She's like, "Yeah, I would love a Magic the Gathering Battle for Zendikar booster box. It's a box of 36 booster packs. Canadian, runs around like 110, 120 bucks, depending on where you get it from. It's the Canadian dollar shitty right now." I was like, you know what? I love Magic the Gathering. I'm obsessed with it right now as well. It would be awesome. By the way, if you're like, well, Northernline, please mention that Wizards is sponsoring you. They did sponsor Monday Night Magic, but that has been discontinued a little early for reasons on their side. But anyway, because people are going to ask. Basically, they took away a little bit of the marketing budget to focus on making the game more optimized. Fair enough. But anyway, I didn't hold it against them because I went in and I bought a Magic the Gathering booster box for Kate. And then we opened it, and this is going to sound like gibberish to you. This is not a fantastic haul, but Capricorn by itself is really good. It's going to sound like gibberish to you if you're not into Magic the Gathering. But in our booster box, and 2 loose packs I bought for myself at the same time, we got a Gideon, Planeswalker, ally for Zendikar, because it's not the Origins version, Hero of Akros, or whatever that one was. We got a Kiora, another Planeswalker. Oh, we got an Obnixilis Reignited. That's your, the 3rd Planeswalker. That's all the Planeswalkers in the set. Wow, Northern Lion, that's a really good booster box. That, like, pays for itself. Well, yes, if we sold the cards, but also, ooh, Daddy's not done yet. We got a flippin' Expedition. in the second to last pack we open. Open it up. Ooh, what this took all the commons out, but there's like a lot of cards back here. What's going on? That's real strange. Yeah, that's because one of them was a freaking expedition, man, and a full art turbo rare foil dual land. Is that we didn't get the AAA expedition. We didn't get Polluted Delta or like Scalding Tarn or whatever people are really excited about. But we did get a Stomping Ground. You know, it's a mountain forest that's not anything to sneeze at, if I may be so honest and say so myself. It was like the best sealed product of anything I've ever opened in my life. Well, we don't want to, well, that's not true. Have you ever had a pre-made Starbucks UK Bacon Buddy, for example? Anyway, it was a good day. Even that's why, even with these computer issues, morale has been high. Because we were like, hey, this box has been so good that we can trick ourselves into thinking that we'd spend money on something that was not just literally cardboard. By the way, we did get some sweet upgrades there. In particular, homing tiers are going to be very beneficial for us. But yeah, like if you're being economical about it, we're not going to sell the cards. However, for about 130 Canadian dollars, we got like 250 Canadian dollars in value. Now, that doesn't mean we made money on it, but it means we bought something for cheaper than it was worth. And that's exciting for me in my old age, you know? To get a deal on something, especially when I didn't have to haggle. I supported a local game store in the process. There's no losers in this situation, except for the people that, bought boxes and then didn't get what they needed or what they wanted out of them. They didn't get as much value. The only loser is the dude who came in after us and probably bought a box, and then he's like, this one sucks. What happened to the turbo box? And the answer is, we happened to the turbo box. But you know what, random stranger? My wife's happiness takes precedent over yours this time. Sorry to inform you of this. We are going to win, by the way, and I have not seen any green flickering. I can't tell you how excited this makes me as someone whose livelihood depends on playing this game. That's pretty good. That's some good news as far as I'm concerned. Hey, I'm walking here. Okay, that means next video will probably be plagued with them. But now, honestly, I'm almost thinking, are people actually going to be, like, displeased with me because there's no video artifacts? They're going to be like, you promised us bullshit video glitches. And I'm going to be like, I'm sorry. Now I've got to find out some way to manufacture them into the video in post. It's going to be a goddamn gong show. Northern Lion's the only guy editing glitches into his videos just to appease his fan base. That's not true. This is the whole glitch core whatever. Hey, thanks for watching. I think it worked. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.